4 days out, dog. How the hell you doing?
Great. Feel great. I know usually 4 days out, people are dragging ass and they're like, I'm hurting.
All right, guys. So it's Olympia time, and we're going to start breaking down some of these physiques. We're only a couple days away from the 2025 Mr. Olympia prejudging, and then Saturday would be the finals. And we're going to go through the entire list of guys who are going to be competing in another video. But in this video, I want to talk about Keone. Man, this guy. This guy in 2025 has made so much progress, incredible amount of progress. And he actually will be making his open debut at the Prague Pro, which is, I believe, about only 4 weeks after the Olympia. So in 4 weeks, we're going to see Keone officially stand on an open stage next to guys like Michael Krizo, and probably going to have some Olympians probably jumping in that show as well, because Prague seems to be a good destination show after the Olympia. Like last year, we had Martin Fitzwater, Chris Bumstead, we had Sean Clarita in the lineup. Guys like Marcelo De Angelis, like we have guys who jump in the Prague show because it's right after the Olympia. People are in shape. Why not? So we have Michael Krizo confirmed. Probably going to have other guys like, maybe Beirut Tabani and, some guys who are outside the top three because only the top three qualify and go on for the next year. So everyone that's outside the top three is going to have to requalify. So you can have, Martin, you can have Andrew Jack, you can have some big heavy hitters. So in terms of Keone, this guy is up like almost freaking 18 pounds. So last year he was on stage at 201 in 2024, which, by the way, his package last year was undeniable. Like he won the 212 Olympia clean. Sean Clarita was a bit downsized due to the whole Matt Jensen situation of his coaching, and he retired like a week after and didn't bring Nick Walker to the stage. So Sean Clarita was quite downsized last year, still took second. But the gap between Sean and Keone last year was large. Like it was not even close. And back then, Keone was only 201. Like he didn't even have to diet down to make the weight cap. Like he was under the weight cap. This year, this guy is freaking 217. 217, 3 days out. Like, I'm not sure when the 212 weigh-ins are. I know in terms of Classic will be having today on the Wednesday. So Classic will be weighing in today. I assume perhaps they're just going to weigh the 212 guys same time, because why not invite all the athletes in who has to weigh in? Men physique, they have to weigh in as well. So I believe Wednesday might just be the weigh-in day. So Keone dropping that post literally yesterday, him weighing 217. He has like just a day to lose 5 pounds, which 5 pounds of water, you can get in a sauna and sweat it off, but he's heavy. He is a lot heavier than he was last year. You can see it in his back. You can see it in his arms. You can see it in his structure. He hasn't really shown much of the legs, which, by the way, Keone has some of the best leg placement in bodybuilding. I don't care what anyone says. Like Keone from the rear, like the way he poses his rear from the lower half is the best leg placement. I've never seen someone place their legs in a way like that. Like I'll make a whole video just on the fact of he's like the best poser from the rear. Like he knows how to show all the physique, all the muscles, like all the little details, like even the inner thighs from the back. Like people struggle with the thigh gap from the back. Keone has found a way to not only cover it, but showcase the inner thighs from the back while also flexing the glutes and making the hamstring prominent. Like, how does he even figure out how to pose like that? It's very impressive. But it's going to be straightforward. Like, no one's going to come close to Keone. Nobody is going to come close. Like, we have the guy from Turkey. I think his name is Nihat, something like that. He won the, God, what was it? Was it the Dubai Pro? I believe he won Dubai, and he was impressed. I think he's the closest to Keone. But even him, like, as impressive as he is with his muscle bellies and roundness and fullness, and he's just not on Keone's level. He has probably a similar type of structure, similar height, but is not a close comparison. Not a close comparison. I mean, Keone is just in a whole other league. We're talking about Keone probably winning Prague. I'm just being honest. Like, I see him winning Prague. I don't want to say easy, but definitely winning, depending on who shows up. Like, obviously, we have top 5 Olympians jumping in Prague. I'm not saying that Keone can't beat them, but it's going to be a challenge for him. At this level, I think Keone is no doubt he'll be a top 10 guy. No freaking doubt. Top 6? Probably as well. Like, I do see him beating, like, an Andrew Jack. I see him beating guys like Martin Fitzwater because although Martin is bigger, Keone just has the overall package with the conditioning and the posing and the presentation. Andrew Jack is a bigger physique, a bigger person, a bigger man because he's like 6'2", 6'3", and Keone is like 5'5", 5'6". So Andrew has damn near a whole foot on Keone, but at the same time, like it's bodybuilding, right? It's about proportions, it's about package, it's about conditioning, it's about overall muscularity. And just because someone is shorter than you doesn't mean that they have more muscle pound per pound or whatever the inverse of that is. Keone would beat guys like that. So even if we have those guys jumping, I'm pretty confident to say Keone is still going to be taking this, which means for 2026, does Keone just take the whole year to grow and focus on the Open? Or does he kind of do what Sean Clarita did? Like, Sean is qualified for the Open Olympia a couple times. Sean has 1 open shows. Sean Clarita is still under 190 pounds. He's done very well, but he's never actually cashed in one of his qualifiers in terms of winning the Open to actually compete at the Open Olympia. I wish he did, and I know he was still chasing greatness and building a legacy and being in the 212. But I see Sean having a difficult time winning an Open show again. So I hope Keone, if he wins it, just do it. Just do it. And long-term, Keone belongs in the Open. Keone has a physique that is already undeniable in 212. Like, no one's talking about 212. Nobody. Everyone's talking about Classic because of how close it is and competitive, and these top 6, top 8 guys can flip and swap. And, you have guys like Ramon, you have guys like Terrence, Logan, you have Mike Sommerfeld, you have a lot of guys, man, Jose. Like, these guys are interchangeable based off of shape, who comes in off. In terms of Keone, it's very straightforward. Like, no one is going to come close. Even the guy from Turkey, like, as good as he is, still not freaking close. Like, what Keone has done this year in terms of improvements to his back and his physique, like, every year he's improving. Every year he's getting better. And the competition just not keeping up. So 212 is not a fun category, which is not a bad thing because Keone is just that dominant. Like, when you have a guy that is so freaking dominant that the category is not even a conversation, it's just a testament to how good Keone is. So he's going to win, hands down. This physique is too much. Like, the detail is too much. The presentation is too much. The muscularity at this level is too much. Everything about Keone is too much. The shape is too much. The muscle, everything. Like, nobody's touching this. He's going to go on, most likely win Prague, unless we have, I don't know, like a Hadi Chupan or like if Martin Fitzwater does come and peeled out of his mind and is the best package of all time, then I see Keone having a hard time with Martin because although Keone has a better shape, Martin's still a big dude. And if Martin comes in with great conditioning, with that size, it's going to be hard for Keone because Martin obviously is a top 4 Olympian. So it's not like he can just wash anyone in the world, but in certain circumstances, Keone's going to win, and I think he just moves on to the Open. Now, Keone has been putting on 8 to 10 pounds a year from show to show to show, from Olympia to Olympia. He competed last year, like I said, at 201. Right now, the guy's sitting at 217. He has to lose 5 pounds versus last year. He didn't even have to drop weight to make the weight cap. So if you give him a year off, and now his mindset is to compete in the Open, Keone could probably be on the stage next year at about 225 maybe. A 225 Keone, that's top 5. So let's see what happens, guys. Let me down below what you think about Keone. Let me down below about the Olympia. Let me down below if you think he should stay in 212 or go to the Open. I think it's everyone's opinion where he should go to the Open, and I think if he wins Prague, which he most likely will, he will do just that. So quick video, hope you enjoyed. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.